I just woke up. I lost some weight. Once I was big, now I lost some weight. Okay. Oh, me and takeout.com that's on Facebook. There's a Trump supporter, black African American descendant. We all not pure black, what we dog like whatever. Said that he hate being black, and first I laughed because I've been saying that many Trump supporters who are African American or Hispanic of color hated being who they are. Okay, that's my opinion. I'm not God. I'm not know what goes in their head. They may like Trump for one thing, and yeah, I threatened to vote for Trump when we had black and brown issues to await black and brown people. That's why people African American and Hispanic up and start fighting, arguing each other, and making a fool. Okay, but at the same time, I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Gary Johnson. Okay, and then I was happy that he won to wake our ass up. Not to sit there and say, oh, we're going to have the America great again, because when he made America great, he ain't talking about us. He talking about lily, pure, white people who are higher economic class. So, black identified, because none of us are pure black, because I use one drop rule, and that is the agent of self-hatred. Let me explain why I said the one drop rule caused self-hatred in our community. Because one drop rule was not about black pride, okay? One drop rule was a hypo decent rule to keep anybody with one drop of African descent in the economic default, underclass, and also keep them away from society. That's why segregation happened, so you wouldn't have no resources. That's why forced integration, once again, resources. When we did have Black Wall Street and Rosewood and towns where we were being middle class, white race people came in to destroy that. They wanted. That's why we do. That's why I'm against, celebrating living in the hood, ghetto, as in celebrate being underclass because it's helped white supremacy. I'm against calling yourself a nigger because it, once again, help white supremacy, saying that be having one drop of black blood is to celebrate to be at the bottom. Okay, not saying that hating your blackness. No, I'm for loving all of our ancestry, whether it be the black, the white, the native. Not to choose any part as solely all of your ancestry. And it was white man. So, okay, once again, don't let that be fooled, because I found out that not all came from rape. My third grandfather had a white mama, okay, because that meant his dad was passing for white and married a white woman, okay. So not all, and if it did come from rape, you have many cases, even in this day and age, even in the 60s, there was some brothers, not all, who went out and raped white women, okay? Even Madonna was raped by a brother, okay? Truth be known, yes she was. When she came to New York from Detroit, a brother had raped her. You don't see her screaming that she hate black people, and she had just had a child. She just went to Africa, and not only did she adopt the children from Africa, but she opened up a hospital, especially those for HIV and AIDS in Africa. So you don't see Madonna saying I hate niggers and niggers, and lucky she have a child that was part black, and don't you love your black side? Let's say you white, and then the child, if the cases they do come out look like white people, but some cases don't look like. So imagine if it came out looking like me, or came out looking like Halle Berry, or came out looking like Kodak Black. Yes, it had happened before. No joke. I never forget back in 1994, a dark skin, kinky hair and all. And they showed the pictures of him when he was a little kid. The white woman had a child. Back in 94, Oprah had a show about biracial children. And it was in fall 94. And one of the girls with my complexion, she had a perm in her head. And she said she didn't know what race she was. And her mom was white. Dad was black identified. And her uncles were racist to her. and she was confused. She was my complexion, I don't forget, with glasses, and she had no perm in her hair. She had hair natural. I don't forget, kinky. It wasn't so-called Becky with the good hair. It, all hair textures good. It was kinky like mine, okay? It's relaxed on my head, okay? So, and I would tell people, well, y'all can't see. Then the other kid was about my complexion, like, had my complexion with Michael Jackson before the whole BLK thing, and he had the curly hair. Michael Jackson had the Jerry curl. The brother had that type of texture hair, but my complexion probably a little darker, and he was staying with both his black identified grandmother, white grandmother, and he was in the black side. I was telling him he was black, and then the other was dark skin, kinky hair, and a wide nose. And they showed pictures when he was, and his hair was different. How your hair, that's what happened to my hair. And my dad even asked, what happened to your hair when I was a couple years ago? Because my hair was curly, loose curly. Not extremely light, but it was like a loose curly hair, not too loose, like the Al Shore type of texture. When I was a little baby, and I was real bright as a kid. I was high yellow, and when I was a kid, and I got darker as I got older, and my hair got kinky. And I never get at 4 years old first getting a haircut because my dad didn't want my hair to be cut. No, for real. And I'll go ahead and admit, due to the texture of hair, before it kinked up at 3, or late when I was about to turn 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 years old. 4 years old, my dad, because everybody, I said, I want a haircut. And never forget, my dad, I had a fro, and my dad didn't want my hair to be cut because he didn't want the hair texture, but it kinked up, and I never get outside. They got some scissors, it wasn't clippers then, and it chopped my hair, and then later on, I started getting the clippers, okay? So, no, I'm not making it up. I don't forget 1984 or 1983, because when Hurricane Alicia was on my birthday here in Houston, my 4th birthday. And I never forget, but yeah, if you see old pictures of me when I was a little child, videos, I was lighter than who I was, and my hair was curly. I never forget my grandmother's co-worker, her friend, her best friend for work, she was dark-skinned. And was it? Yeah, it was. So it was. Yeah, that was her son's dad. They were married, and her husband was bright, with curly hair, light skin. Could probably pass for a little Mexican or Puerto Rican. Okay, you can tell he was a brother. So they mixed with black too. But anyway, my point is, and I never forget, it was Christmas, and I was what, 2? So I was 1 or 2. I was walking in, and even my grandfather was making a joke, because both of them dead now. He said, yeah, he was playing with your hair because his hair was similar to yours at the time. And I said, yeah, at that time, yeah, my hair was a loose curly at the time. It wasn't loose like Bruno Mars curly, but it was, I'm trying to think, it was like an Al Shore, that tight but loose but not kinky curl. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So, I remember, you see old pictures, and I'll never forget, well, when I was 1 or going towards 1 years old, back in 1980, it had to be 80 or late 79. I had my brown bear. I don't know why my aunt got rid of my brown bear. I was gonna get it to my child. Talking about, no, I want my child to have my brown. I had my favorite brown bear. You have teddy bear, like a dog, like girls have dog. And I was in the yellow suit. They just called me Tweety Bird because I had my hair would stick up. I don't forget. And I had, and on the picture, there's a picture of me, but not the brown bear. It was another picture, but I was really high yellow at the time, and I never forget on the picture, that picture, and of course the other picture was in color, because that was like a brownish, photography, And my grandmother admitted, she said, "Oh, you almost like a white baby." See, so I understand. So, but I'm just telling you that, and I got darker ass, and I remember showing that picture. They have when you was a little kid, when you was a baby. For her graduation back 20 years ago, about 20 years ago, and I never forget, I was showing, I said, this is the picture. They said, that was you? I said, yep, that was me. And so you never know. Just like I have my niece. My niece was light skinned, when she was baby, she was bright. But she's dark chocolate down, so, like so my sister's daughter, my niece, okay, and I never get, even my mama was telling My grandmama, dad's yeah, she got darker. You know, she got dark. You know, it looked to like 2 when she got when she became like 1 years old. Yep, it happens. So anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a YouTuber, or he's a trying to support. And on MediaTek.com, he was saying he hate having, you know, nappy ass hair, and he's a nigger, and God made him, no offense to God, it's our blasphemous, God made him a nigger, and blah blah this snap. Now, at first when I saw this story, I about to laugh, because I told y'all, but then it made me hurt. Because the dude said he was no good, and Mexicans work harder than he was, and white was smarter, and Asian smarter, and white folks were better than him. And he's a nigger, and he's a nigga, and he's an L7 and all this other stuff. He said, we're bored. And niggas say, well, me, no, I ain't said I hate myself. No, I don't hate myself. But I said I bored him to the revive. I said that. Because when my family would be abusive and rude to me, and we get into an argument, and I try to get away from them, they will say that to me. So it's an excuse to be abusive, okay? And truth of the matter is, I don't mind, because guess what? I don't have to deal with your ass. You know, saying I hate when people say, yeah, Bob, I brought you here. Okay, yeah, when I plan to be a father and a husband, just because I bring a child here doesn't mean dehumanize that child. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it to slavery. Because many of us would use that argument about, oh, well, why are you bringing up Massa, great grandma? Okay, well, guess what? Massa also is your great grandfather. Massa also was the kid to the slave. Do you know sometimes Massa raped slave too? Massa beat the slave child, mulatto child too. Does it give it right because Massa brought that child here? Okay, actually, here's the reason why your ass is here. Okay. You should be beaten by white people. You should be... Okay, so don't make that damn argument about, yo, I made you, I can get rid of you. All I hate when people say that, because that's not, if you're going to go biblical with this, Jesus also said he put a sword between the mom and dad, and father and son, you love your brother and sister more than he do. And the reason why he said it, because he knew in Matthew 10, that's in the Bible too, there will be parents against his message will tell their child not to follow him. Okay? Not all parents are good parents. The Jewish parents at the time was telling their children not to follow Jesus. And also, too, when your child is told to do wrong, to hate another color, white folks, don't make that argument. You understand that your parents, same thing with people of African American and Hispanic. But my mama say the Mexicans and all them black folks bad. Excuse me, they scandalize you. They throw to see Matthew 18. So a parent is also, when they teach their child to do wrong, or they abuse their child, or do anything wrong, so they teach their child that abuse is okay. They teach their child that sex is why you have a bunch of pedophilia going on and abusive parents beating, because they parents. Let's go back with I love that Good Times, even though I ain't like Good Times, it was still typical as I got older. But I love the fact when Penny, played by Jan Jackson, her mama, when Malona went to confront Penny's mama, and she said that even I went through that, so she thought that the abuse she was going through by her parents, those stupid ass parents, was okay to burn Penny with the iron and all that. And I remember hearing every time we get into argument, when my mama did this and I came out right. And even I was watching, they were saying about corporal punishment. And I'm against corporal punishment, especially in school. I mean, I know about my story, my last and first corporal punishment incident. And I never forget, and it wasn't only brothers and sisters, it was some white people, which I'm gonna let you know, don't say that white folks will whoop their kids. Due to us being mixed with whites, and many of us have Anglo, I don't have French and Spanish and Irish, but Anglo, Europe, you know, from the Western European, that Protestant, after the Reformation, that's what that idea comes from. And remember, the white Protestant people were the ones who took over. Yes, the Spanish Catholic people came to the United States, but they wasn't strong, like the French later on. It wasn't strong like the white Anglo Protestants. The white Anglo Protestants from Europe, me and them beat their kids, the Pilgrims, because I remember I went to a white school before we became Hispanic. I remember celebrate Laura Ingalls Wilder, you know, from the House and Prairie, and they will tell you they will whip their kids, and these white folks at the time whip their kids. Remember my school, the white Anglo Protestant, before it became a Hispanic school, okay? Well, both Catholic Hispanics and Protestant Hispanics as well, and also Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, that's why I was not shocked when Selena Quintanilla was Jehovah's Witness, because I had Two of my classmates who was in elementary school, they were Hispanic and they were Jehovah's Witnesses. They could not participate in the Christmas play. I'll never forget that my homie's sister, I used to like her. He's Mexican. He loves sisters. I mean, tell his business. The first wife he had was Puerto Rican. You think she's a high yellow sister, but she was Puerto Rican. And then the second wife, and I remember I said, she just like in my story, I got darker, I got older, okay? I like, and one of the sisters by Michael, I said, that's her? Shh, don't be I would tell his winery, I ain't gonna tell his business. If you know the winery I'm talking about, that's my friend, okay? He's Hispanic. He has only tell his business. He owned a winery, and I remember I got mad at the fact that I asked can I help him out. He gave me that look, and he was mad, stressed out. And remember I said, anybody do that to me? I don't like nobody doing it to me. We don't know. I unfriend him on Facebook. Yes, I did. Okay. Well, he likes sisters. That's his wife. He has his wife now, and that's how I checked a couple years ago. She's a sister by my complexion. Okay. And but yeah, so I never forget. But his sister, who I used to like. She was fine too, fine Hispanic chick too, fine. They were from Chicago, but they were Mexican American. You know, the mama moved down to Texas, and the mama always looking pretty. She used to drive the bus, and I tell her business, school bus. She always pretty, had her hair done, makeup, like she was going to an interview, you know, working Corporate America, and she was always fine. So I see why his sister was fine. Anyway, point is, but her and another Latino guy, they were Jehovah's Witnesses at the time. And they couldn't participate in the 5th grade Christmas play. So that's why I know that not all Hispanics were Catholic. I already knew that because I went to school with those who were ministers. I never forget one girl. She didn't listen to the non-religious music. She was a Mexican American, and her dad was a minister. I never get a woman with long hair, long hair. She was Pentecostal. They were anti-Catholic. Her mom and dad was, and she, you know, they were Pentecostal. So I'm just letting you know that I wish people stop with stereotypes, okay? Not to change stuff, just to educate people and to get out their comfort zone, start doing research and meet other people of other races before integration and stop making assumptions. And then I don't mean African, I mean white folks too, and other races, and Hispanic and everything else, okay? So everybody need to know each other on the individual basis, okay? So point is, but going back to what I'm saying is that yeah, for real, that when I was, you know, the reason why I'm making these videos because I mentioned about the whipping, but a lot of them, but they're Protestant kind of at the time, believe in whooping their kids, and you couldn't argue with nobody and say whooping was, you know, beating or whatever. So I read about the corporal punishment of because you know, people would use that argument if you was against your parent doing it or whatever. I brought you, I could beat you, whatever. And people understand, besides distorting the Old Testament, can you go read the New Testament and put hand in hand and examine the scriptures? And even Jesus said, examine the scriptures, you know, daily, okay? You know what I'm saying? They can have an understanding, okay? Well, then I examine it, just reading verbatim, not even understand what it meant, okay? Like what Freud was told on Jefferson told that preacher, you know, and I was so glad she cussed that dude out. I was like, I don't give a damn, whatever. I mean, because y'all know what I'm talking about, the episode of Florence was going to that preacher man, and we were supposed to be this and that. And he said, well, damn, oh, I'm so sorry. I said it. Okay, he was self-righteous. Okay, I watched a lot of Good Times and Jefferson's growing up, reruns, you know, okay, in the 80s and 90s, okay. But anyway, the reason why I brought this up because people said that I brought you to the world. No, I don't care about you bringing me to the world. Don't mean give you a right to be abusive. Okay, you have limits too, and don't forget we God's children first. Then with your kid. Okay, God dog it. A lot of people don't say God. Okay, well, I understand how the world people use it. So that's why we have all this mess going on because 9, 10, and it's. I'm not from an old school person. A lot of these people came from children. They were children when they was kids. When he taught that kids to be seen, not heard. So a lot of them kept their abuse a secret. And when we start to change, they continue the abuse in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. And you want to know why people abuse their kids, putting kids in the refrigerator, you know, in the freezer, and murdering their kids, and also raping their kids and all other stuff because they grew up in a time when they didn't talk about that stuff, and kid was told not to be seen, not to be heard. I'm very liberal, okay? So that's why I say that people when I say I should be aborted because it's to avoid the abuse. So I want nobody coming to you, well, you just sound like that man. No, because these people think they have a right to hurt you walking over you. Don't forget, you also guilty of abuse and murder when you do that type of stuff to your kid. Okay, a lot of folks do not know that. You can tell your kid take you out. Well, you just killed your kid. You can go to jail, and if you're not forgiven, you can also go to hell. Okay, so a lot of folks need to stop saying these old stupid slogans. Okay, so like it take you out, all other stuff. So that's why I use that art, because trust me, you take me out good. Go ahead and you should take me out before I came to work, because I don't have to deal with no bullshit you trying to put me through. It doesn't give you a right to give me trauma just to make your gratification, because people abuse their kids, abuse anybody for their own pleasure. It's not about right and wrong. It's about wrong consider right, because I have a title and I'm entitled to do this stuff. So that's why we have it in a functional world. Okay? And one thing I hate when they try to distort the Bible and act like they're holy, but they're nothing but a wolf and sheep called a snake in the grass in the garden eating, trying to fool people. And come fool me, because I know you I know you by your damn fruit. Okay, don't say like in Luke test. I know you about your bad. You producing bad fruit, you acting bad, but if I act bad, like you gonna criticize me, that's how I know that God don't have no favors and no favoritism, partiality, that you're just as wrong as I am. So that my parents are wrong, and I'm not gonna deny that. And they can distort the Bible. I'll always stand guard, as St. Peter said in the 3rd chapter of that book. Okay, the reason why I bring this up, because the man said that he wish he was aborted. The man said also too that he was a nigger. The man said also that he felt low about himself and this and that. Didn't I been saying that about the brothers who call themselves nigger? One thing, let me tell you this. I'm glad that he said that. That's why I wanted to cry. Half of these brothers who come on my channel call me nigger, call me out my name, and we just did a review about support with the group. Well, about the straight black men. I think they should specify not all straight black identified men or African descent, because none of us are pure. The ones who are hyper masculine, I think that Damien Young should, David, whatever name is, should have said it like that, so we would know what type of demographic we're talking about. Okay, with Jamila Haynes and this on the root, because a lot of these brothers who, and it shows why they mad at the sisters. Okay, because the men who act like Fiddler. Let me examine when I talk about Fiddler. Watch the movie Roots. When Kunta Kinte was trying to get out the plantation, when Kunta Kinte was trying to resist with Master talking to me crazy, the brother was telling Kunta Kinte, this is how we supposed to act. We a nigga. This is why this is how we're supposed to do. And the King language they were speaking was not the King language. But when people say you trying to sound white, listen to this. Fiddler was talking Ebonics, so the white man can understand. But remember, the white man kept him speaking Ebonics to make him sound uneducated. Okay, so if you're trying to speak the King language, like I'm trying, because I was taught to speak the King language, but I don't want to dumb down and got called a white boy, even though I'm mixed with Caucasian. And the people that call me white boy, I got Caucasian, you know, tuning, pure Negro, know how dark I like they are, hair, kinky, curly, whatever, okay? But the truth of the matter is, they are sound like slaves, because they were speaking Ebonics because the white man want them to be educated, right? Okay? Right racist man. So he was telling him that you had to speak the King language in a Ebonics situation, okay? And he also had to go along to get along. And a long master get his whiskey. Now, I'm glad about a recent instance. I can say that in the people at my job, we had a meeting, okay? And one of the brothers who's new, light-skinned brother, this new, very educated brother, okay? And a darker-skinned brother, kind of educated too. And I said, he educated, but I meant that he had a little arrogant ways, okay? And the brother by shade that was not involved in the situation, because I got tired of the white man that was in charge of the place, and the sister who kind of berated me the other day. Me and that sister and the other sister that was not there at the time, we had a conversation how I felt about how I was being treated. And right now, as I keep my eyes open, we see eye to eye, so we squashed the situation. Okay, so it's not to me, but I'm using this example. The brother kept telling me, what about your money? When I worked at another place, I won't mention when I worked at, couple not too long ago, he kept about money. The reason why I didn't care about money, because going back to Bruce Fiddler kept saying, well, lost master giving me my whiskey. Remember, the slave was not paid, but as long as I get some type of benefits to stay where I at, and I mean he was sleeping in the house. They know Fiddler was a field slave, but he had some connection in the house. So the boss of the high yellow in the house and dark in the field, because they were light, bright people on the field. I'm glad Mariah Carey played the butler to educate you of that myth, okay? That myth is untrue, okay? Yeah, dark Mammy was in the house and she was dark as all the wood. There were high yellow mammies too, okay? There were camel skin mammies too, okay? Let's get that straight, okay? That's why Butterfly, but Queen, she wasn't dark like Mammy, but she was in the house too, with a scarf on her head and everything, okay? So, in a petticoat skirt, okay? I mean, dress and all that, okay? And she talking about, yeah, even though she had more softer tone than Hattie McDaniel in the character, okay? But still, she was in the house too. Let's get that straight. And she was not dark, and she wasn't too light either, okay? But the truth of the matter is, bringing this other education, they kept bringing some type of exchange for money to keep you captive, okay? And I say I care about all money because I'm not gonna divide myself over that. It's gotta be selling myself, a prostitute, or pimping some woman, or selling drugs, or whatever, or doing some illegal activity to get money. Because not all money is good money. Chrisette Michelle had to learn that with the Trump campaign, okay? The truth, and Sweetie from Housewives of Atlanta, because she thought as long as I was getting paid, I mean, called mistreated by the white woman Kim. That's why I need was calling her out, okay? Not all money is good money. The real reason why Fedor was doing that, because he was getting some whiskey to get drunk, free whiskey, and he stayed at, okay? Notice that brothers, and no offense to the brother who's one of the managers to tell you about money, and notices these brothers, not saying him, but any brother and a couple brothers in the past, and the other place I worked at, and even I dealt with a Hispanic dude who was part white, who was getting on my nerves at the winery place. No, it's the same person. This is no, not the same person. At the place I was working at, too far from in Nigeria, okay. Back in 2012, we were talking about the employee abuse, and I saw somebody was looking up my profile that worked for that place. I saw who it was, and I hope they saw the video of me talking about calling you out that you trying to be a pimp because you now moved up. I was talking about that with the red hair, Latin. I don't go in detail, okay? Because the brothers at the job was telling me, as long as you get your money, and I'm like, no, not all money is good money. I ain't gonna be taught any kind of way. I want you to understand the reason why I mention this. A lot of these fiddlers will come in different shades, hair colors. You wanna know why the African American community is a march yard, not a parch yard? Because you weak-minded brothers with Lynch syndrome have the same mentality as this dude in that video. Call yourself a nigger. Not trying to go to school like I'm trying to go back to school to get my bachelor's. Being a thug. Saying that other men are better than you. That's why y'all treat other men when it comes to certain type of clothing. Okay, that talking, now. I'm glad this is called out. That's why I was glad that Kodak Black was called himself out. Notice, yeah, I relaxed my hair, but I still think I'm handsome with kinky hair. It's a personal choice. And I'm also educated that I also have other DNA in me besides black. That's why I called it out, okay? Because the idea of the one drop rule was not about you being proud of your blackness. It was about hating your blackness and keeping you on the economic default. That's why I'm against segregation. Because in segregation, the only one that benefited from segregation was the white man. Your ass. You know what I mean? That's why you had outdated books. That's why you had low resources. Then when we try to get our resources, like they destroyed it, okay? Remember, you in a country that's controlled by the white man. You're not in Africa. You're not in Zimbabwe, and because I understand you're talking about segregation, you in the Caribbean, like Jamaica. I can understand you because where you have economic control. But when you don't have economic control, what the hell you're talking about integration and bashing it? The idea of integration was not about race mixing. We already had that in our DNA. It was about having economic power so you can be competitive with white people. Now you say, why would we compete with white people? The idea of eugenics to kill us in the womb, okay, with Margaret Satter because they was afraid us integrating and competing with them, but if we was submissive to them, we was all right. And one thing about me, I'm not submissive to nobody, including the white man, okay? That's why that some white men on the job do not like me, and I'm glad they don't. And some brothers who have low self-esteem but try to use that high masculine so-called self-esteem to bash me, because I don't let y'all, both groups, intimidate me. One thing about, yes, my brothers who have white DNA, but they don't want me, so the black identify and the white people, if they are such things as pure white, but they can at least look it, because in our case, we don't all look like Napita Nyong'o in our race or Akon, because that's the true meaning of black, the true standard of pure blackness when it comes to looks. Now, of course, if you look like that, mixed in there, you are mixed, okay? All right? Same thing, you like a white person, got mixed in, you're mixed. But we know that not all of us can all try to make out of different shades in Africa, a small percentage of different shades in Africa, you idiots. And yet, Africa was genetic different marker because everybody came out of Africa, but when it came to other countries and other parts of the countries at they left, the mutation of the countries caused that different look and change their gene pool. That's the difference, okay? So if you have different genes, like right now, I'm a very smooth person. Of course, I have hair on my face and I just shave it, but the rest of my body, I don't shave. This is all natural. That's that Native American DNA, okay? Me being camera skin. Besides the African giving some flavor, some melanin, and some Native American, it also came. The Native American was a mixture in between of the dark chocolate and the pale. They also giving some color, not too dark, and also the white DNA, the Neanderthal DNA, destroy the idea of making me look like dark chocolate. Okay, that's called like it is. Okay, so the idea I care like it is, so I'm being truthful to who I am. I'm not gonna let the white racist ideology y'all defend to run me. See, I have no study that the white racism ideology about who you are, define who you are, and you attack me for going against it and call me a cool sellout because I'm not in the white racist man's idea of what my place should be, and y'all choose to stay in that place. So I called y'all behind out in this video, okay? But that man, speaking of the place, he put himself in a free world, because he's not in segregation no more, in a place of oppressed state. When he around white people, instead of engaging in equality and feeling equal to the white man, like I do feel equal to the white man, he don't feel equal to the white man. I'm eating him out. I'm hearing, like she saying, she because I'm not female, reading mom. I'm hearing this man out here, okay, because I'm male, okay? Let me hear this dude out. He, in that video, I'm going to dissect it like we dissect frogs in biology class. The dude said he was a nigger. Heavy bros, like in hip hop, I'm a nigga. Look how they look. Yes, there's well-dressed dudes who call themselves niggas like a dumbass, dark light, whatever. But the poly dress look like a hobo the clown. Then Tariq, she went here because he said about the hobo idea for white, because back in the day when slaves came out the plantation, they had bad looking clothes, toe up clothes, looked like this came out the street. Then white men saw that. Two white men saw that, made a mockery and put black paint in toe up clothes. That's why the hobos came out, okay? In circuses. It's funny when you have someone like Thomas, something you don't go mention his name. You have people say fashion niggas because they don't like the men wearing, the brothers wearing Versace and well-dressed clothes. We're not, and the one thing we do need to support our designers. But let me tell you why we like Versace and Prada. Is it Prada? Nautica, Prada, because when we was in economic default after integration, those who did live in the ghetto, we couldn't afford those clothes. So white people, we saw like in GQ magazine, those for female Cover Girl and all, I mean, that cover is a teen magazine and all that. We saw that this is economic type, economic, prosperous, clothing, okay? You know what I mean? You had prosper, and we want to prosper by get out of the ghetto, okay? And move into the nice neighborhoods and living good. So that's why many of us have the habit of buying, not me, because I when I get that money, that's when I buy all that. I ain't trying to be broke, okay? Most of my clothes come from DD discounts, Melrose, Ferris Pirellis, Walmart. I'm gonna be real, Walmart. If I ordered all stuff online when I was working at Mace, I bought stuff on sale and clearance. Okay, or if I had good money, then I buy expensive. But I can go back to back buying stuff. Even the shoes. Let me tell you, my loafers. This came from DD Discount for $14. Yep, DD Discount here in Houston. I went to the Barrio. And where's the shoes that I was wearing? That I was trying to wear for the Mariah Carey concert, but it came late. From Groupon. Now these are expensive shoes. This is Franco Venucci. These shoes here. And to clean them. I wore them to work without socks. Yeah, because we can dress casual at my work. Not the security of the job. I wore these shoes and I like wearing loafers. This was $29.99 at Groupon. And if it was regular price of $40 or $60, yeah, these expensive shoes, but that's probably from Groupon. So the reason why we buy clothes like that is because it shows, because like the sister was telling when I was had to update my my financial status. You know, we work in per house, you got to report your hours, right? Well, the reason why the sister said I need my porch fixed, whatever, and she looked well-do sister, dark skin sister. Just because I live in the ghetto, don't mean I had to look like I'm from the ghetto. And that's what my grandma and grandpa taught me. But when they was poor, they said we had to look like we had money, okay? But nowadays, people celebrating living underclass, and that's why we're getting exploited, and that's what we call niggas. And if you look at underclass, shouting Black Lives Matter, and no offense to Section 8 Lottie, calling yourself Section 8 Lottie, okay, you exploiting yourself, baby. Sister, girl, stop being kind of Aunt your mama. Section A Lottie. That's why white folks, I bet you if she have a rap CD, white race people say I love black friends, but I hate niggas. Will pick up them damn tape. You know what I'm talking about? Will pick up that tape from old school. Pick up a CD or download on iTunes a Section A Lottie rapper. Don't mean to put her on blast and make a mockery out of her like the two white men made by Hobo the Clown. Okay? So do y'all get my point? That's why you see the black face at the doggone universities, and then you had, okay, they copycat ghetto look and making a mockery of it, okay? Keyword. So a lot of these brothers who call themselves niggas don't want to go to school, being thuggish, purposely. Because back in the day when you were a thug, it was out survival. It wasn't being thug for some game. Now you got folks from suburbia. You got folks who come in the hood trying to emulate and time to adjust to your environment. I told one brother last year who had sense but chose to be ignorant and got locked up, who was questioning sexuality, which is like, why was he at? But he been in jail, okay? I got to adjust to my environment. So now you act all hard, but when you go back into nice area, you do this stupid. I ain't adjusting to no shit like that. Let me tell you the reason why. Because I know it's like a rat trap. You know, bees in the trap, rats in the trap. When you purposely go become a jail, you trying to become a slave in a private prison. That's why I keep bringing that up. The slavery not ended. That's why acting thuggish and trying to be hard and ghetto and ratchet does not make you a man. You being a white man's nigga, a slave. I see why y'all celebrate this type of culture, this prison culture. Let me tell you, I ain't got nothing to do with being black. And you let other men, let me tell you something, y'all listen, ladies, sisters, especially sisters, these brothers, and I'm bashing these brothers, that's why some of them was mad about that article on the root. These brothers will celebrate the anti-black male prison culture, calling yourself a nigga, dressing like Hobo the Clown, looking like picking. And he says, why you think I use those terms? Is to remind you what you're doing back in slavery and Jim Crow, that white people were making fun of us while you giving them flavor. You are buying into white supremacy when you perpetrate the stereotype. And people who did that back in the day purposely hated being black. So watching this man on YouTube and on Worldstar Hip Hop on MiaTakeout.com, I'm happy that he's saying this because I've been calling this out for a long time. Sound like Erykah Badu called Tyrone, okay? the real reason why. These brothers who call themselves niggas, these brothers who look buffoonish, looking out any kind of way, nothing wrong with natural hair, but please stop. When Kodak Black said he always talking about Tiger Woods and who else, other brothers who are prosperous and look well do, you want to call them Uncle Toms. You use, and I know that mentality wise, Charles Broccoli, I want to call him that. But you got folks, you can call him, you can call Michael Jackson. Well, these Michael Jackson, don't care what color he was. He was a rich brother. He wasn't thugging. And also, I'm glad I brought it up because while folks making fun of Michael Jackson, at the time, back in the 90s, they were promoting gangster rap. And actually, the white man on YouTube who mentioned that, the fact, besides the one who revealed that about the prison complex in the record industry, that the idea to attack Michael Jackson was also to promote gangster rap so brothers can say, well, you really look like Michael Jackson. Yeah. The pros and cons game. Yeah. And I knew they was attacking Michael Jackson and talking about his skin tone stuff, about the vitiligo and everything, saying he bleached his skin, all that, he's self-hater, and promoting gangster rap because that's when gangster rap started getting popular. When Dangerous album came out, Michael Jackson, and he was popping again, people was, before the sex abuse claim, people was using that as an argument to promote gangster rap. They said, well, you really look like that. Thank you. They weren't promoting no Montel Jordan. They weren't promoting no Aaron Hall. All the good brothers who didn't do, the physical changes either too was not being promoted. They were promoting the gangster rap. Positive rappers were being gangster look. Even the white dudes, like New Kids on Block, I'll never forget. They went from the pretty boy type in their last song in 1993. They started looking gangster. Thank you. I really did it. The Color Me Black, Color Me Bad. There was a mixed group. They had one Hispanic and the brothers and two white dudes. I think the one was correct. Is he part black or he's Jewish? Okay. Well, they started look presentable, but then they started making them look gangster. They was trying to put the image in there, thank you. In Marky Mark, that's why people didn't like Marky Mark, talking about Mark Wahlberg. Because they said, oh, you went for New Kids on Block. You accused being an Asian dude. Racist. Now you trying to act all hard. And because, let me tell you, before Eminem and after Vanilla Ice, they had Goodbye. That sister, Goodbye. That dark skinned sister, Goodbye, bitch. Okay, and I'll go ahead. I know people use that stereotype, though, the church black, big old black woman, you know what I'm saying, singing, you know what I'm saying, for white. I knew people were going to use that argument, okay? Y'all watching me. We getting somewhere. We getting educated up in here, okay? We examine this, okay? So, y'all get my point. See, I'm 38. I remember all this. I say, so now... And I never forget, even they was talking about the baggy jeans and all that. My grandfather said, look, and I remember Mark came off the shirt with shirtless like this, and they said he ought to be shot. I think he thought it was a liar, but I said, no, that was a white dude. But it was convocating this old gangster. I remember my grandfather and grandma started looking at the war shows back in the 90s when they started showing. Because, back in the day, they used to see the Grammys where you dress your best, okay? But when the 90s came in, instead of wearing the little casual but dressy type clothes, they start wearing, like you can come on the street type clothes. He said, I can't watch these war shows. I never get that. That start changing. Bring old school ideology. I get where I'm coming from, okay? So, the truth of the matter is, I'm bringing this up to make a long video. This brother here, he is telling it like it is. He hate being black. And unlike the Trump supporters that's open, unlike the brothers who say they was on Hillary's side or they didn't vote at all, many of them think this way. Yeah, I'm not mad. No. I've been calling this bullshit out a long period of time. People call me a self-hater, but the ones who are self-haters call me a self-hater are the self-haters. They not doing nothing in their life. They too busy to worry about mine, being a busybody. They looking unpresentable. They hate who they are. They call themselves niggas. They out there killing. They want to intimidate another brother. See, I'm not arguing in a video about the straight black male, or should I say the hot master, was not attack all brothers who are straight in our community. It was attacking the ones who say they straight or they are straight somehow. Act hot master, attack me being bullied, even my own father. Okay? So do you understand that they were in the community segregated, okay, was like the white supremacists besides Sakata and your mamas, we enlist bitches in our community, I call it like it is, who cause a lot of shit. See, you got the fiddlers, the thugs, the brutes, the hood rats, the Sakata and your mamas. You got all type of, yes. Okay, the tragic, dark or light, mulatto. Okay, because we all don't look the same. We all got white and American Indian. Okay, I got different names for everybody. Categories. You got to watch out. The pochos, the Spanish. Well, okay, that too. You got to watch out. Oh, baby, I got all type of names for everything I'm going to think up in here, okay? I have a list in my head. Who ain't watch out? Okay, yes, I live my life. Okay, she a porcha, but little cheese stuff. Okay, oh, he a coon. Oh, he ain't your mama. She ain't your mama, excuse me. Oh, they ain't fiddler. Oh, ooh, okay, I watch these people here. Here, the redneck, the clan, the one that I love all black people openly, but the clan. Baby, I got names for everybody when I be looking, because of all the experience of my life for 38 years. You know I have to find names with descriptions of people. Well, I'm looking very creative about that. That's my Leo sound, okay? But the truth of the matter is this brother had called out, he said what he said. And I'm glad he did, because I've been telling folks that these brothers are like that. They always, and then too, they don't want to see another brother having more freedom than the other. And crack the barrel mentality. The reason why I attacked Garvey, and they said, wow, you a self-hater. No, Garvey reinforcing your oppression. That's why the white men, the Ku Klux Klan, had a meeting with Marcus Garvey back in June 25th, 1922. Because, see, W.E. Du Bois and, what's the other man? Booker T. Washington, end up basically will fight for your ass to have freedom so you can determine your own freedom, which is pride itself. Proud people determine their own freedom. People who ain't proud let others determine their own freedom. They feel less than who they are. Marcus Garvey came from Jamaica. And in Jamaica, a lot of people don't understand that there was different. It wasn't one drop rule. If you had money in Jamaica, you were white. Everybody talking about the skin bleach situation? Okay, you know why this going on? White man, not that. Okay, it's not just causation. Jamaica being decolonized by England for a long time. Many of them people got English, they dark alike, got English DNA, and some Irish and other people in the East Indian, even the Native American mixture from the Caribbean airwalks is in that community, but it's mostly African, known to be African descent. Okay, a mixture up. The lighter ones in Jamaica with money have it better. Okay, the ones who don't are those who are darker, especially if they're dark chocolate. Even with Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, if you know your reggae history, the white people in Europe, in England, took sides. It's one thing that Bob Marley could not get rid of. You can say you're black and have kinky hair and hair dreads, but when everybody know you're white daddy, and everybody know you're lighter skin. And what they did was, they chose Bob Marley as commercialized to market their business and kept Peter Tosh dark skin in Jamaica. That's why Peter Tosh in Jamaica Bob Marley did not get along. That's why that dude was smoking weed a lot. And tons of the police got beat up when he saw some white people. They beat up the white police officers. No, they beat up Peter Tosh like he was a runaway slave that some some slave catcher beat up. The truth of the matter is, y'all, that in Jamaica, the men came from there. Well, either you were not white looking, you had money, you were classified as white. In my opinion, Marcus Garvey felt that less than being a dark skin, so he tried to promote this pure black identity, pure black. But when he came to America, he saw that it was stay in your place mentality. The I-1 job rule was to be safe from white people. Don't mess with them unless it's necessary to do business with them. Be segregated, stay in your place, and they'll be fine. When the NAACP was sorry, they had more men, and those men felt that we are just equal as white men, no matter how dark or light we are, and we're fighting for equality because we're proud of who we are. Whether we straighten our hair, wear natural, we determine our own freedom, because a free person who's proud, they determine only, and let others of any color determine. Marcus Garvey had a rule book how to live black, just like Elijah Muhammad did. And I don't need no book about how to live black. You let me determine how I live my life with one drop of black blood. You let me determine that, not you, okay? Including the white man, he don't either. But it's by control and stay in your place. and do everything be safe. Don't interfere with them. Do you know those are the ones who are not proud of who they are because they feel less fortunate mentally. They feel weak and they're scared of white people. Unlike one YouTuber said, don't get involved with Tifa and all that was making folks on because black folks don't go and protest. When we would protest, their protest back in the 60s was to help your ass to be free. Okay, they would put their lives online so their children can be free. And I don't mind doing that because I want my kids to be free like everybody else. I don't want them to be confined to somebody else's ideology. That's evil. Okay, so do you understand? A lot of these people, my phone about to be dead, and I'll make a part 2 of this. A lot of these people who preach that message, they are the self-haters. Then that brother, that video, revealed that he felt that other people was better than him, and he needed to stay in his place, and he's a worthless nigger, and he called himself a nigger with an ER and with an A, which he knows that it means they're no different from each other. A lot of these brothers like Kodak Black, even the ones who are lighter, who would come in this mess, they don't feel less, they feel less unfortunate about who they are. It's funny, a brother who is African American, French man, named American, who don't call himself and feel that I'm just as good as the white man and the African man and the other man, is called self-hate because he don't buy into that mess. Because he know that he's not a self-hater. It's the other people who criticize art. That's why they refuse to do the work. And the sisters in the community do all the work, but the brothers who say they're men do less work and act a fool and think acting a fool makes them a man. Whether using their penis or using the degree of melon, whether they light or dark, every spirit hear that, okay? Or using the violent game that the white man said that you were on the when he put you on the ship. And they don't do shit in the community. I just call out the self-haters. Instead of attacking someone like me who's trying to look for a solution to the problem so our future generations can succeed, because I'm very proud of our people, no matter how dark or light we are, and how mixed we are, and how we're not mixed or whatever, and those especially come from outside the United States. I want a future for us, not a nightmare for us. These brothers provide a nightmare and let you know who they are.